How's it going, administrators? We got our update preview for the upcoming Arknights Endfield update that I'll link the official one in the video description down below, but it confirmed that Fangyi here is going to be our next 6-star operator available for headhunting. She looks like an absolute monster electric slash electrification striker DPS. Let's go ahead and dive on into her kit and talk about who some of her potentially best teammates are going to be from a team building perspective. Let's start by looking at her combo skill here. This is one of the most important things about any operator. You're going to want to be building your teams around triggering these effects as often as possible. The Breath of Transformation triggers when the controlled operator performs a final strike or finisher on a target with electric infliction. It then creates this array that deals electric damage, and if there's an electric infliction on it, it consumes it, allowing it to become electrified. One big thing that she's doing that's kind of unique is that if there are multiple stacks of electric infliction on an enemy, like we see here in the example, there's 2 pips here of electric infliction, this combo skill is going to immediately apply 2 stacks of electrification from this, allowing you to get extra impacts from this stage 2 arts infliction. Her battle skill plays into the combo skill, consuming the target's electrification to increase the amount of damage that is dealt. And if you have stage 2 electrification, like her combo skill can apply, you get an added effect. We see these sunder blades getting created around the back of the battlefield that allow you to get extra damage and effects here. At base level, you always get 1, and then depending on how much electrification is on the enemy that you're striking, you'll get additional copies of these blades, with up to 9 of them being able to be created on the battlefield at a time, allowing you to kind of ramp up the amount of damage you're dealing over the course of battle with this character. Her ultimate, the Smiting Tempest, looks super fun. It puts her into that pure lightning state we saw her in when she was first introduced inside of the story, and this enhances her skills in a number of ways. The first is that her battle skill now applies electric infliction, meaning that she is completely self-enabling. So once you ultimate, you can use her battle skill to be able to get that initial electric infliction applied to the enemies, which then you can go ahead and trigger your final strike to allow her combo skill to happen. They also made it so her first battle skill after you go into the ultimate mode does not use any SP and doesn't consume electrification to start. So you can kind of get ramping up, and the cooldowns of your combo skill are significantly reduced 4x, so you're able to kind of just go into this very rapid battle skill, combo skill, battle skill, combo skill, building up this massive amount of blades across the field, allowing her to ramp up her damage and push her buttons again and again and again. Now, when it comes to team building with Fangyi, I think the kind of example team that they showed here in this boss battle footage is likely going to be one of her bread and butter type teams. We have Perlica, Arklight, and Alesh, which are conveniently all 5-star operators that are pretty accessible. Perlica especially is going to be on most of Fangyi teams in our current operator pool, I would wager. It's so important that you be able to apply electric infliction on demand, and Perlica's battle skill is one of the easiest ways to do that, and Perlica's combo skill triggering on final strikes means that you're going to be lining that up when Fangyi triggers her battle skill as well. Alesh and Arklight here allow some SP refunding and trigger very organically inside of these teams. Arklight triggers whenever an electrification is applied or consumed, which is happening a lot with Fangyi, and Alesh is triggering his combo skill when an arts infliction is consumed, i.e., that electrification being consumed by her skills is going to go ahead and have his combo skill popping off. So basically, this entire team, once you open on Perlica's battle skill, is just going to organically rotate through all of their combos through pretty natural combat, where you're just focusing on Fangyi as your controlled operator, doing that battle skill, combo skill sequence, while also lining up all these other combos along the way. Other potential teammates to be considering to play with her as well are everyone's favorite rabbit launching down those thunder spears. I'm going to totally butcher her name. I believe it's Owene, but her putting down those lightning spears works very organically and works when you are triggering her combo skill of a final strike on a target with electric infliction or electrification. So there'll be just a ton of swords and spears all over the battlefield that'll put down to deal a bunch of damage. And then Anatel, the 4-star operator that provides extra electric amp, is a consideration as well if you think you have enough SP and maybe don't need Arclight and Alesh, allowing you to absolutely maximize the lightning damage that this character is doing. The third additional operator that could perhaps be worth considering, another 6-star, is Gilberta. Has potential inside of basically any team that's dealing a bunch of arts damage. She scales up those multipliers, allowing them to hit even harder. So I wouldn't be surprised if one of the better teams potentially has her included in it as well. Definitely super excited for this character release. A 6-star lightning operator is something that's been missing from Arknights since it dropped, so I'm pumped to see her getting added so early on. Other notes that I think are relevant for this, if you don't watch the entire update video, is they've confirmed she's going to be the only new 6-star operator to pull for the upcoming patch. That definitely alleviates some of the pressure to farm a lot of resources and gives free-to-play and low-spending players a little bit more access to be grabbing all of the characters. I'm glad we're stepping back a little bit from that really rapid release we saw when the game first dropped of operators twice per patch. Rossi and Tang Tang came really quickly on top of each other, in my opinion. This version update is also going to have not one, but 2 new areas in it. It's going to be bringing with it new end game modes, as well as things like section 5 and 6 in the mode where you dive on in and repeat to farm all those crystals and things like that. There's going to be new gear pieces as well as new gear sets. I assume one of those new gear sets is going to be optimal for her as a character, and we're also going to see additions to the AIC factory with new pieces to grab while you're exploring. If you enjoy all things Arknights Endfield, make sure you subscribe here to Hoaglandia Endfield for game news, updates, and character builds like this video. Hopefully we'll see you back again at some point in the future, and I'm looking forward to diving on into this new content and character building on my live stream later next week when it all drops. I appreciate everybody that made it all the way through to the end of the video, and don't forget to smash the like button on this one if you enjoyed it.